So like we do on our podcast, Forgotten Cinema, we're going to kind of break down His Girl Friday for you and tell you what we thought about the film.
We assume that you've already watched this movie, so we're just kind of going to give you our thoughts and maybe just talk about the movie and talk about what we appreciate about it, and maybe you want to revisit it again, like we often do on our podcast when we watch movies, right, Mike?
I already mentioned our podcast, Mike.
Oh,
yes.
Sorry.
Plug.
So His Girl Friday is directed by Howard Hawks, stars Cary Grant, Rosalind Russell. It's based on a play called The Front Page, which coincidentally we did on our podcast, the 1974, 75?
The 1970s, The Front Page.
Starring Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. I mean, real quick, because I came to The Front Page in terms of the whole play itself and the movie. Mm-hmm. I came to actually His Girl Friday first. And then I saw The Front Page. This is back in the day.
I'm the same way, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I didn't know, does that affect your viewing of His Girl Friday at all?
Well, I remember watching it in film class because obviously this is a very well-lauded film, and rightfully so. So I remember parts of His Girl Friday, but The Front Page when I watched it was like a fresh watch. Mm-hmm. But now this time watching it, I'm like, wow, that's a lot like The Front Page. That line's obviously taking direction from it. This set looks exactly like the old set, and it's really cool to find the comparisons and the differences to each different film.
Right. And we should say that The Front Page, the play, was written by Ben Heck and Charles MacArthur. This movie, His Girl Friday, was written by Charles Lederer. Right off the bat, you don't know me. You know me. I enjoy good dialogue. I enjoy snappy, quick-witted dialogue. And I mean, His Girl Friday is loaded with that, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
They do it really well. The one thing that I wanted to add about the dialogue was that, which I discovered when we were doing our notes, was this is the first time in a movie back then where they actually had dialogue spilling over to other dialogue. So it wasn't just like, I talk, you talk, I talk, you talk. It was just a free-for-all. And I like now when you watch it, you're like, oh, I'm used to that.
You get spoiled, yeah.
Right, but
that
back
was the
then,
first time they had multiple microphones and multiple mixers.
Unheard of. That was one thing that jumped out. Kind of what else did you like really about it?
I really enjoy the character of Hildy. I think that she's played awesomely by Rosalind Russell. I think she does an amazing job. She's a strong female character. She's like how you want your Lois Lanes to be. Like she keeps up with a Superman, and she's like a top-notch reporter. Even the other reporters in the room respect her as much as they do any man in that room. And being that this is from the 40s, I think movies still today could learn a lot from it. I mean, I think she's a great, great lead character, and the fact of changing her to a female, it was a great idea.
Well, the whole movie's fun. I mean, the whole movie's a blast. I mean,
yes.
we didn't even mention Ralph Bellamy, who plays her betrothed at the time in the movie. And for those younger audiences who don't know who Ralph Bellamy is, he's one of the older gentlemen. He's actually the older gentleman alongside Don Amici in the movie Trading Places. So for those out there, if you want to catch that movie as well, but you're here watching this movie, so who cares about that? Am I right? I always do that.
One of my favorite parts is when Cary Grant, because they ad-libbed a lot of their lines, when he mentions to a cab driver about who he's looking for when he's looking for Ralph Bellamy's character, he actually says, oh, he's that Ralph Bellamy looking fella down there. I thought that was really great.
And that got a big laugh back in the day.
Yes, but Columbia Pictures was not fond of that line. They wanted to cut it, but because it was so, the audiences loved it so much, they left it in there.
I mean, maybe an exec at Columbia Pictures, let's not smear the entire studio. You might want to work with them at some point.
That's true, Columbia. I love you. If you want to call me, my number is...
I thought you were going to give your number out there.
No.
So is there anything in this movie? I mean, I hate to ask this, but is there anything in this movie you didn't like? I mean, I can't think of anything really off the top of my head that I was just like, ugh.
No, I
you
really...
Like that sound effect?
I think everything in this movie is so fast-paced, quick-witted. It's so well written. It's so well done.
90 minutes, really nice.
It's really quick. It doesn't stop. It gets right into it. The jokes keep flowing. And obviously Howard Hawks, one of his big things in this film was he wanted to beat the words per second or words per minute record for this film.
Right.
So
wasn't it?
He sped it up a little bit, which I think is a little cheating, but for the most part,
Isn't it 240? Isn't it 240?
It's in the 200s, and the winner before that was in the 180s.
Right.
So it really blew it out of the water in terms of how quick and how many words people speak in this film.
Right. So if you've seen this movie already, I mean, I think, and you haven't seen it in a while, you might want to go back and check it out. If you like writing, if you enjoy great writing and great dialogue, I mean, His Girl Friday is where it's at.
This is influential. This is the reason that a lot of the movies that came after it. So definitely check out I always think you should check out the progenitor of any type of movie that you enjoy.
That is a big word, and I'm proud that you use that.
Thanks, man.
All right. So like we said in the beginning, we're Forgotten Cinema. Mike, tell them what we are all about.
Well, we are a podcast about films that seem to be forgotten by audiences, whether it be because a more popular movie was released at the same time, or the audience simply forgot about the movie after its initial run. We'll discuss what we love about it, what we don't love about it, but we always recommend you revisit it. You never know, you might find your own forgotten gem. We're available on ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Amazon. We are everywhere that you're listening. So if you like hearing us talk about His Girl Friday, check it out at bestclassicsever.com or in the Apple, Android, or Amazon Fire apps.
Until then, I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this is The Matinee with Forgotten Cinema, brought to you by Best Ever Channels.